I'm Liz Swenson.
And I'm Shauna Lander.
We're both moms.
And we were both sucker punched in the face by motherhood.
Right, but in different ways.
And more importantly, we've lived to tell the tale.
So now we want to help other new moms through that really sweet, really hard,
really funny first year of new motherhood.
Welcome to Surviving Baby.
Hello, listeners. Welcome back.
We're doing episode 5.
Oh, episode 5.
Bingo. And we are talking about, it shouldn't be controversial, but it's kind of a controversial thing.
It should not be controversial.
Feeding your baby.
That's not controversial. Babies gotta eat.
Why does it cause so many women so much pain?
I don't know.
Feeding your baby.
You're just feeding your baby.
So we're going to talk all about how
it goes.
Feeding your baby goes.
Yeah. But first, Liz has an exciting story.
It's so exciting. So I got an email from my friend, and she was like, look at you. Look what I got in my inbox. And there was like this cool review of my book. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I forwarded it to my publisher, and I was like, look at this cute little thing that our local bookstore did.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And my publisher writes back like, that is a national trade publication. That is not,
what?
That's not a little thing. That is not from the bookstore.
What?
It is a huge national trade publication.
Wow.
Second to Publishers Weekly. So the CEO of Familius emailed me to congratulate me.
That's so cool.
Because the review is so fucking good. I read it and I was like, this person's smarter than I am.
That's so cool.
I know. So that was like a very, very, very exciting, euphoric, fun moment yesterday.
I bet. I want to read it. Can you send it to me?
Yeah, I can. Oh, well, you could just Google it. Literally Google shelf awareness.
Oh, okay. Shelf awareness.
Shelf awareness.
It's a whole thing. It's a .com.
I know. It's like a big deal. I know.
There you are.
And then if you read it, it's like
positive.
A glowing review.
I'm
so happy,
cry.
But I'm very excited.
Ugh, I'm so excited for you. That's so cool.
Do you know what else I'm excited about, Shauna?
What else? What are you excited about?
Boobies.
Yes, boobies.
Or not boobies.
I don't know why I did that voice.
I'm very interested in your stories and thoughts on this because as I was processing and like, okay, we're going to talk about boobs and feeding today, I was like, I still have some ish with this.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I don't know why.
Because you breastfed. You breastfed all 3.
I am still nursing my 15-month-old.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Go you.
I want to stop.
What? Oh, do you want to stop? Are you ready?
But then I can't. And
why not?
Now, I don't know. Like, to be honest, breastfeeding is actually my favorite thing about being a mom.
Oh, that's so sweet. Do you think you have like an emotional block or a mental block or something about giving it up right now? Because he's probably your last baby.
I don't know. I'm super indecisive about it, which is an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like indecision, I think, is one of those interesting like tells.
So just don't change anything yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, okay. Keep up and keep it up then.
So yeah, but yeah, no, I was just kind of processing how I have a weird thing with formula for no reason.
What do you mean a weird thing?
I don't want to give my children formula, and I've never given my children formula, and I'm kind of like weirdly phobic about formula.
Every single one of our listeners hates you right now. Just so you know. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's some.
No, I know. I'm like, that's how
let me ask you though. Do you have any sort of judgments about anybody else who does formula?
No, not even remotely. And also, my children now eat like goldfish, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. So why did I care?
About the formula.
Why do I care?
I don't know.
Isn't that weird? Like something's wrong with me. But anyway.
Well, Liz, you're convincing me that it is weird.
I
didn't think it was weird.
No, I
didn't think it was weird. I think it's just, you wanted to breastfeed, and when somebody wants to breastfeed and there are obstacles in the way, they will come up with ideas in their own mind to make it make sense for them.
Maybe.
And so you just wanted to breastfeed.
I just wanted to breastfeed.
So it's not weird.
Thank you.
It was just your preference.
You know what? I think I'm self-conscious because I don't want to feel like I'm judging anybody.
You don't want other people to feel like you're judging them?
Correct. Because I don't. Because I really, really 100% think that any baby that is formula, they're fine. You're fine. My husband is perfect. My husband is a 6'4" adult Viking.
He is big.
He's big. He's like giant. He's like a meaty man.
And brilliant.
And brilliant. So fucking brilliant. And he was formula fed, like never had any breast milk whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
However you feed your baby is perfect.
I had planned to breastfeed, and I assumed that it was going to come really naturally, and that I would just be one of those women who, like, the baby, like, you know, crawls at my stomach and just hops on, because who wouldn't want these boobs, Liz? But my sister had a baby 2 years before I got pregnant, and had a horrible time breastfeeding. So she texted every single day, like multiple times a day, about how horrible it was. And so I was a little bit traumatized by her trauma. And so I was like,
I'm not going to be traumatized.
Exactly. So I went into it thinking, well, it'll probably be easy for me. I'm sure it will. But if it's not easy, I'm going to prioritize my mental health, and formula will be fine. Okay, so let me tell the story. We're in the hospital. Baby came out, and in my after labor stupor, apparently I said okay to being a part of a study they were doing. I don't even remember the details now, but it was a breastfeeding thing. Like, can we get more women to breastfeed successfully if there's a lactation consultant that's like on their ass?
Holy shit.
I didn't know that I was agreeing to this. So this lactation consultant came in and interrupted my skin to skin time, and like started like grabbing my boob and like putting my boob in the kid's mouth and stuff, like tweaking my nipples to get them like, you know, erect, and because they're flat. I have flat nipples, Liz. She was pushy about it, and like her fingers smelled like cigarettes. It was gross. And then we went to the recovery room, and I was like, oh god, well, at least we don't have to deal with that woman anymore. And then she came into the recovery room and was like, hello, and came in to like help more.
That is a yucky experience.
Yeah, it was gross. And I didn't know if the kid was eating anything. I couldn't tell. She was like, do you feel a tugging, a pulling sensation? And I was like, maybe. I don't know, because I feel sucking and it hurts. And she was like, well, it shouldn't hurt. And I was like, well, it does.
I hate when they say that.
I know, because it hurts.
It hurts. Breastfeeding hurts so much.
It does. And she didn't leave us alone. So it was day 2 and in the hospital. And she started saying things like the baby was going to get jaundice, and we really needed to really try and just keep him on my boob, or else he was going to, get jaundice and die. And so I freaked out when she told me that.
Right.
And I was like, well, then let's give him formula. If he needs to eat to poop out the jaundice, let's give him formula. And then she was like, no, there's time. She like backtracked the fuck up. And then that's when I realized, okay, so you're just here to get a positive for your study. You're not actually trying to help. As soon as I realized that, I was like, yeah, the kid's getting formula. And then when we got home, I started pumping. And then I pumped exclusively.
There you go.
Because I could pump breast milk, and then John could feed the baby, and I didn't have the pain issue to deal with. And the child still got the benefit of having breast milk.
That's perfect.
With far less stress.
Perfect.
At about 7 months or so, I hit a wall and was like, this is so much pumping. I was pumping every 4 hours around the clock. This is so difficult to maintain.
Yeah.
And it started to affect my mental health.
Totally.
And then also at 6 months, we started introducing solids. And you hear from the pediatrician, you read all the things, that breast milk is no longer sufficient for their nutrition.
Right.
So then I was like, oh my God, I am killing myself pumping when this is no longer sufficient. So then in my head that went, well, if he needs other things, let's really measure which is more important to me, that he's getting pumped breast milk or that I am able to take care of my mental health. And mental health won out.
Pumping sucks so much.
It's hard work. So you had an easy time with it, right?
Okay, so easy is an interesting word.
Not easy?
I would say so we didn't have acid reflux.
We had acid reflux.
Yeah. Oh, it's a freaking nightmare when that happens. So we didn't have that issue. We had all the good signs. We had all the poops, all the pees. tons of weight gain. He just ate.
And you could tell he was eating?
No.
Oh.
But I relied heavily on poop and pee. That was my guide.
Okay.
You should see this number of poops and this number of pees. And so I like watched that like a hawk because you can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
So they hand me the baby. I go to feed him and it is so painful. And I do like a... And I literally, so I'd been practicing all of this breathing for pain.
Oh, that's so smart.
For the birth.
Oh, for the birth.
I took
Yeah,
a 20
of course.
fucking week course on natural childbirth that I didn't get to use. But I was prepared for pain. So I just was breathing. I would be like, I just was
that's
like,
so smart.
So I was very mentally prepared for pain. And so even though my nipples were sucked off raw,
Mm-hmm.
I took deep breaths and, you know, it hurts until a point, like it hurts, but it doesn't hurt like this super, super, super bad the whole time.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was doing it right or wrong. At certain points, I thought I was doing it really right. At certain points, I thought I was doing it really wrong. The whole like it hurts, it shouldn't hurt thing definitely was a head trip for me because it totally hurt like a lot.
Yeah.
But I was watching those peas and poops.
Yeah.
And I was seeing, so the second one after the black meconium is the green and seedy. And so like I got really excited that we got to the green seedy stage. And then when we got to yellow poop, I was like, I fucking did it. We're there. So I was very, very lucky. He just thrived.
So how long did it hurt before
3 weeks.
It stopped hurting?
3 weeks.
Okay.
It was like a very distinct 3 weeks of pain. And then that's how long it took my nipples to get used to that sucking pain. I mean, it's a rubbing. There's just like
friction.
Yeah.
Wow. You were diligent.
I really, really, really wanted to be successful. And so I was really determined.
Well, that's good.
And I felt like I had pain management skills.
Yeah.
And I employed them. So
that's good. That's brilliant.
It worked out.
It sounds like confidence probably is a key ingredient.
That's true.
You were confident that you were going to get this done.
That's true.
So that's good. I think like if you want to breastfeed, then it's basically you just know your priorities.
Totally.
Like for me, I knew my priority was mental health.
And mine was not. I was like, fuck my mental health. I want to breastfeed.
Oh, see? Yeah.
So
my first got, the 7 months of breast milk. And then my second got breast milk for 2 months. And then we switched her to formula. We tried breastfeeding again. And again, I was like, let's just see how it goes. So she latched immediately.
Awesome.
But then my nipples started to hurt. I had one at home and the baby. And I was like, nope, again, my mental health is priority. I am not going to be able to handle this pain on every feeding for however long this is going to take. For me, it was too much. So I was like, you know what? Not going to do it. So we switched to pumping. And then it very quickly turned into, I can't pump either because I've got the other kiddo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it's too stressful to try and sit here and pump while she's asleep and he needs me because she's asleep so I can give him my undivided attention. So it became too much to even do that. So she got formula, and it was the smartest thing I've ever done because formula is so easy and completely stress-free. And she is healthy and happy and strong and smart. I think she's smarter than me. She's brilliant.
Did you feel judged for doing the formula?
I did feel a little judged. Probably like not self-judgment, but it's sort of self-judgment in that like you can't ever really feel judged unless you're judging yourself.
So true.
Right? But I did feel like maybe people had opinions and weren't saying anything. And so I felt a little tense whenever the topic came up, as if I needed to balk at if there was any judgment. So that was, I think, probably just on me. But there is a certain amount of breast is best sentiment kind of in the air when there's a newborn.
It's everywhere.
There better be a boob in that kid's mouth.
But not in public.
Not in public. How dare you?
Not
in public. Take that kid home. Go hide in your shame corner and feed it from your breast, you dirty, naughty lady. Do you feel like people are judging you because you breastfeed and have been so stringent about breastfeeding?
I mean, besides the like out in public, you can't have a boob out shaming thing. No. I was very happy. I got really lucky.
Okay, here's another question. Did you perhaps feel exalted or like put on some sort of pedestal because you were a breastfeeding mom?
I was proud of myself. And definitely when you go to the pediatrician and they're like, is your baby exclusively breastfed? I was like,
Oh.
So maybe it was that.
Okay, so this is turning into a therapy session now. So did you feel...
But I want everyone to know that I think it's fine the way they do it.
But you were better?
No. Shauna, I'm not. I don't think that way. But I did feel proud of myself every day. Well, there is so much fucking pressure.
It's hard. You can be proud of yourself.
Thank you. But there's so much pressure to breastfeed.
Yeah.
It's bonkers. Like, I don't think I have a friend that wasn't traumatized by breastfeeding in some way or another.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that they'll like compulsively tell you a lot about and why they made the decision. Yeah. And it's like, you're cool.
That's kind of like motherhood in general.
Yeah.
You feel this pressure to justify why it is you're making the decisions you're making.
I know.
Because everyone has an opinion about it.
Yeah. Did your baby ever bite you? Oh, no, because you weren't breastfeeding.
No, I didn't get bit. Did you get bit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's that like?
It's hard not to punch your baby in that moment. I literally it's so shocking when it happens because you're in a very vulnerable position when you're nursing and they're just like suckling and I'm like all blissed out like, oh, baby. And then it's like, ah!
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I think every single time it has happened, I've screamed and then the baby screamed. I talked to my amazing doctor and he's like, your baby's going to bite you. And I was like, okay. Ignore them for 30 seconds after they do it. If they bite you again, set them down and ignore them for a minute.
Oh.
They won't ever do it again. And he was right.
Wow.
It totally worked.
What excellent advice. That's amazing.
I know.
Oh my gosh. So how do you ignore them if you scream because they bit you?
Well, they start crying. So they just start crying and you just kind of ignore them.
Okay.
I literally looked away.
You look away.
And I was like,
okay.
1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. And I counted.
And the baby was crying while you were counting in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lots of screaming.
And then you got to 30 and then you look back at baby?
Look back at baby. Went back to nursing.
And baby calmed down when you look back?
Yeah.
Wow, how cool.
Yeah, and it happened with all the kids.
All 3.
Got a little bite, ignored. So this is like a trusted anti-bite maneuver.
That is so cool. That's a really good one.
Yeah, it was really, really helpful.
You know what's interesting?
What?
Pumping doesn't hurt.
Unless you do it for 24 hours.
Yes. Yes. It feels weird. Because it just feels weird to have milk coming out of your nipples, I think.
I never liked it. It
yeah,
made
it's a
me
weird
feel
feeling.
like my stomach hurt. Like I didn't like it.
And then there's another thing, like when you let down and
I was just gonna
the
talk
milk
about
starts
this.
really flowing. Oh, did you get this too? You get like that melancholy feeling?
Yes, where you like feel super depressed for a second.
Very
and it's
sad.
Like a weird,
it's a whoosh.
Weird experience.
It washes over you and it's like
yeah,
this
and you're like,
dread,
why do
this like
I hate
depression.
Everything all of a sudden.
I hate life. Yeah.
And then
it subsides.
passes and you're like, what was that?
That's so funny. I had it every single time and I...
Me too, in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, and I had it the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, mine only lasted, I would say like 3 months.
Okay.
But it
That's
was
better.
like most intense at birth and then got progressively less like, I hated that feeling.
Yeah, it's this gross feeling. I didn't notice it until about a month, maybe 2 months.
It felt like shame to me.
Oh, interesting.
Like that, little kid embarrassed, like
Yeah.
puppy feelings. Hormones are crazy.
Yes, you get an overwhelming sense of, for me, it was hopelessness.
Yes, hopelessness sat like right when you let down. Like, what's the point of everything? Like, what?
It's crazy when it happens.
I was weirded out by it.
I'm sure.
Because it does pass pretty
Yeah.
quick and then you like feel like a normal person again. But like I will try to justify my emotions.
Oh, what's that mean?
It's just a bad thing. And I've had therapists tell me, don't ever do this.
Yeah.
So let's say I get this really super sad, random melancholy feeling from a hormone.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what did Casey just say to upset me?
Oh.
Is it that the house is not clean? Is that why I'm upset? And then I'll start like giving myself reasons to be upset.
Why did your therapist say not to do that?
Well, if you don't know why, don't go looking for it.
Yeah.
Like if you're just sad, you don't need to go find the reason you're sad.
Yeah.
You can just be like, okay, I'm feeling sad.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
Acknowledge it, let it go. Don't try to analyze the heck out of it, which is what I used to always do. Why am I sad?
Yeah, I must get to the root cause.
So.
Yeah, okay. So you can perceive it and then let it go.
Yes. Perceive, observe, release.
I heard this thing really quickly that Oprah said one time that blew my mind.
I love Oprah.
Me too. And it was, you visualize a red balloon.
Got it.
You can see a red balloon in your mind right now, right?
Got it.
Okay, so now visualize the red balloon just floating away.
Bye.
Right? And it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You can do the same thing with your emotions.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my God, that's valuable. That's why you're Oprah.
Oh, you want to know an interesting story?
Yeah.
My kid would not take a bottle and I had to go to work.
Oh, wow.
We didn't know what to do. We were freaking out. So we had been warming it and trying to feed him and he would nothing. Hendrik preferred it hot.
Oh.
And my mom figured this out one time.
Bless
Because she
her.
was watching him. And she got it hot. I mean, not like hot,
Hot,
but just
baby hot.
Yeah. So if it was hot, then super
Yeah.
happy baby, drinks away,
Yeah.
no issue whatsoever. So if you're trying to bottle feed and things aren't going well, try maybe different temperatures. Even some babies like it cold, some people, you never know.
Yeah, Kellen liked it cold, and to this day, he doesn't like hot beverages.
Interesting.
And in fact, he doesn't like hot food.
Hmm.
If I prepare a meal, he wants it like cooled down in the freezer.
Interesting.
Yeah, he wants it like cold. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, your child's a freak.
Yeah, weird little guy.
Just kidding.
What do you wish you would have known on your breastfeeding journey?
What do I wish I would have known? I had a pretty good experience.
Do you have, wait, hold on. Do you have any, what do you wish you would have known
For this one?
with your breastfeeding journey? Because you had,
A really great experience. Yeah.
and you were prepped ahead of time.
Yeah. So I think that if I were giving advice,
Okay, if you're giving advice.
I would say take classes beforehand.
Okay.
Try to take some breastfeeding classes beforehand.
So arm yourself with some knowledge.
Arm yourself with like knowledge and information before you go in because it is a really gnarly thing and everybody does just kind of like assume it's like this natural easy thing and it's not a natural easy thing actually. It's like a really hard thing that you and your teeny baby are learning together.
Oh, so it's like you have to study and then you practice with the baby.
Totally. And then you guys learn together.
Okay, that's good advice.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I didn't know that. So that's good. That's good to know.
All right, what do you wish you would have known?
I wish I would have known that you can refuse the lactation consultant in the hospital if they are bugging you.
Yes, just say no.
And then beyond that, I'm proud of what I did.
I love that.
I think I knew going into it that I was going to try to not let other people's opinions of what I was doing have any bearing over what I was doing. And I'm proud that I prioritized my mental health because babies got fed.
That's cool.
And thrived and everything was fine. The only advice I would have would be trust your own instincts.
Don't judge yourself.
Yeah. And whatever you feel like you need to do for you and this little baby is what you should do. And don't waste your time with other people's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
They don't matter. Trust your gut.
Trust your gut. That's perfect.
Liz, we have come to my favorite part of the show.
Yay! I have so many words I can't even decide.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to narrow it down.
Okay, I want.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask the question. What is your favorite? Wait, I'm too excited. I got mixed up. Do you have a favorite word or phrase from your breastfeeding journey?
Okay, yes. Flange.
Shut the fuck up. I was going to say that.
No!
That is my one word.
Okay, then I'll go with my other word.
No, you can't. You already said it. What is it? Well, flange, go.
A flange is the sucker part that goes on your boob that is part of your breast pump. And the size of the flange is extremely important.
Oh, it is.
Make sure it fits your nipple properly and it's not sucking in your areola. And so flange is a word I did not know previously. That's also fun to say.
It is fun to say.
Flange.
Flange. That's why it was mine. Hold on. Now I have to think of a different one really quick. You do another
Can I say one of my other ones? Okay. So this is just a thing. So lecithin.
What's that?
It's actually a supplement. It prevents mastitis.
Oh, that's so smart.
I didn't know about it until baby number 3, and so many bouts of mastitis. And then once I got it, it finally calmed down.
That's so good to know. And what a really fun word to say.
Lecithin.
Lecithin. Okay, I thought of another one.
Yes.
A different one. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Spectra S2.
What?
It's a brand. It's the name of the breast pump that I use.
Oh.
It was a freaking workhorse, and it was so good.
Is it the kind that you just stick in?
No, it's a regular
It's like a plug into the wall?
Yeah, it's a regular breast pump, but some breast pumps.
Spectra. Spectra?
Yeah, Spectra S2.
I thought you said with a B.
Oh, no, Spectra.
Spectra is the one I had.
Oh, okay.
Although, but I didn't have the wall plug-in, but Spectra is my favorite too. And actually, I liked it because the flanges that came fit me, and I was like,
you didn't have to change them out.
I didn't.
Yeah.
And mine fit in my pocket. I had the Spectra 9.
Oh, you had like a little one.
But it was powerful.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so I'd put it in my pocket and I'd wear it while I had my little one running around.
Okay, so
and
basically an endorsement for Spectra right now.
I love Spectra. It was by far
really
my favorite. But mostly because it kept me mobile. I could walk around the house hands-free and I would get stuff done while it was pumping. It was so lovely.
Oh, see, that is nice.
And the battery lasted for never once in my baby did it ever run out of battery.
You?
Nope, never.
That's amazing.
Yep, it's my favorite.
Go Spectra.
Go Spectra.
And with that, she's Liz.
And she's Shauna.
Thank you so much for joining us for episode 5. I don't know the name of this episode.
The Booby Feeding Formula How You Feed Your Baby podcast.
Great name.
She is Shauna, and you can find her at Shauna the Mom across all social media platforms.
And you can check out Liz. Her book, You Got This Mama, is available wherever books are sold. And she's at Liz Swenson, BFF, across socials as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We had so much fun talking all about how we feed our babies. We hope you join us next time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And you can join all of our silly little conversations that we have so much fun having.
So much fun. It's so fun talking to you. All right. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.